Hey everyone, hope you're having a good weekend. A couple things in the greenhouse. I have these large blue potatoes are down here curing. We can weigh these and take these up to the warehouse either Thursday or Friday. I was putting about 2.5 pounds of potatoes in each bag because that just seemed to make sense for a family. And then let's mark on the outside of the bag, blue potatoes can be stored or cured for storing or something along those lines, just so people know they can store them for a little while. There's also a small basket of little potatoes in here, but I need to take those up on Monday because I didn't realize those were down here. There's also all these containers, or all these pots in here. We probably don't need to keep many of these. Claire had sorted them by size, but let's kind of look and see what we have on the shelf and compare and see if we need to keep any more. The ones we use the most are these 4-inch pots, so those we could probably keep. These small round ones, I don't think we really need many of them, unless anybody can think of a reason we should keep any of these, let me know. And also, if you have anybody that you know, like a nursery or somebody you know with a garden that needs them, feel free to take them. But we just need to get these kind of sorted and put away. Okay, outside, the herb bed just needs to be cleaned out. I think most of these things can just be pulled out at this point. Nothing has been really growing in here, and I'm going to send a note to Master Gardeners to see if someone can come and look at this bed, because there potentially is a leak, maybe from when the fence was put in. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to have someone look at that, because there was actually standing water. This bed was just like all water when I came in last week one day. But this week is going to be really hot and I think dry, so I have the irrigation system set up for Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and we just need to water all the beds that have been planted but haven't germinated yet. We need to water those every day. So I'll mark on my list which beds those are, but we'll have okra, asparagus beans, some of the cucumbers, and some of the green beans too. And then we'll also need to make sure that we're watering all of the containers and pots and, the basil and the shishito peppers and everything. There are also a couple of pots of cucumbers and a couple of pots of container okra that have not germinated yet. Those will definitely need to be watered frequently, so let's check on those. Katie has also planted some sunflowers along this fence. I don't know if you guys can see these right here. So let's make sure we give these some water, and also this container up front. Give that to number 2. This bed, number 2, it has a sign for okra, but I have not planted okra yet. We need to top this bed up with the soil that is behind the shed. And then there are a couple of different types of okra in the greenhouse that I have set out. I don't really care what type it is. Just make sure you mark in the bed with one of those white pieces of blind, just so we know what type is in here, so we can kind of keep track and see how it does against some of the other ones. There's also bed number 6, which needs okra. We could probably put in just like an extra wheelbarrow full of dirt in this bed before we plant the okra. This one I have the sign in. Let's use the Louisiana green velvet type in this bed, since I have the sign for it, and plant 2 rows, 5 plantings each row. And Katie was doing 3 seeds in each hole, just to make sure that we get something that germinates and we can pull out the extra as they germinate. I found a big fat caterpillar in here the other day. It has munched most of the leaves off of one of the plants, but the other ones look okay, although this one is looking really sad. That guy might just kind of be dead, I don't know. so let's keep an eye on this bed. Just take a peek in there every couple of days and make sure there's no more eating our stuff. This bed, there are a couple of blank spots where I've had to re-sow seeds because they never germinated, so let's keep an eye on that and water here every day until that happens. I've gone around and I'm trying to kind of keep on top of the pruning, although, you know, nothing's perfect, of the tomato plants. You can see, I'm just trying to take out the suckers. So see that little guy popping up there? Just yank him out. And you can take some of the bigger pruners and if there are any large ones that I've missed along the way. But I did send a video, I think a couple weeks back, on how to prune the suckers off of tomato plants. So, okay, this bed will need, it's another one that will need to water. I've already watered it today. Water it every day until it germinates. The shishito peppers are starting to come on. That's a pretty good size one, 2 to 3 inches. That one's more like a 3-inch. So these will need to be harvested probably on Monday, at least check. I haven't had a ton of them, so I've been putting them in these little plastic bags, these like Ziploc bags here in the greenhouse, and just mark on the outside like mild peppers. Because I don't know that anyone's going to know what a shishito pepper is. So, check also some of the hot peppers. I don't know that any of them are going to be ready. There's just a little guy on this one, but you can kind of keep an eye on these and see if any of these need to be harvested. Again, with the tomatoes, see, like there's a little sucker right there. I was going around yesterday trying to pick some off too. Here's the other pot with the cucumber in it. I need to actually water that today because he's looking kind of sad. This bed, oh yeah, 13 and 14. I already have the signs in here. There's the sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes are sitting here at the end of this bed. Let's plant 9 sweet potatoes in each bed. So we'll have three rows of 3, and we'll kind of offset them so they're not, you know, right across from each other. We want them kind of offset. And they're all the same kind, so let's just, you know, we'll just put, actually I'll do it now while I'm thinking of it. Put this sign in the bed so we remember what type it is. And some of these have germinated, some of these cucumbers have not. I've re-sown them like twice. We'll need to just make sure that this bed is watered well so that until they germinate. There were some new ones over here that have germinated. Let's see what else. Let me look at my list real quick. We can weed around, if anyone's, you know, looking for something extra to do, weed around in these beds. We can also plant some cosmos. Up here, around where the sunflowers are planted, just maybe throw some seeds down there. Katie had some set out inside. And let's see. We can sweep out the greenhouse. Keep an eye. The one thing I did want to keep an eye on, I had seen a snail in the pepper bed and a couple of little bite marks, or little places that look like they've been nibbled. So I put some slug bait down, snail and slug bait down. That's just something to keep an eye on. And I think that's about it. I'll send some more notes. Thanks in advance to all the people who offered to help out. I'm gone Tuesday through Sunday next week. I'm visiting family for the first time since COVID, so I'm excited about that. But I'll definitely be available. Give me a call or text message. I'm not doing anything that I won't be able to answer the phone. So give me a ring if anything comes up. And as always, I appreciate your help. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.